Hey everyone, welcome back to The Silver Lining here on YouTube, or welcome if you're new. I'm Sarah and today is Tiny Tidy Tuesday, but it's not just any Tiny Tidy Tuesday, it is the 1 year anniversary of Tiny Tidy. I just want to shout out my friend Sunday Dawn. She is the organizer of the Tiny Tidy. She is the mastermind. She came up with it. She also made the earrings that I have on. She has an Etsy shop. She's a super busy mama and grandma, so be sure and check out her channel. It'll be linked in my description box as well as the playlist for this week. Let's not just skate by the fact that the Tiny Tidy team has been at this for a year. Can you imagine your home if you've been tidying once a week for 10 to 20, 30 minutes maybe, even sometimes a mighty tidy, and how much better everything might be? Well, listen, I have not been here the whole 52 weeks. I've been in and out, a month here, a month there, a week here, a week there. And either way, I'm so excited to be a part of the Tiny Tidy team and being welcomed by this group of ladies here on YouTube. It has been super fun. I hope that you enjoy this week's playlist as myself and some of the other tidiers who are participating this week share a little bit about our tidy journeys with you. So let's get started. To celebrate the 1 year anniversary of Tiny Tidy Tuesday, there are some questions that have been passed around either by you, the viewer, or by some of us Tiny Tidiers, just to find out a little bit more about the Tiny Tidy team here. I hope that you find this interesting because the only thing that I have going on as far as tidy today is to vacuum up this baking soda that I'm letting sit on my carpets just to kind of get a little bit of a fresh, deeper clean of my carpets. I would love it if you would leave your answers to the following questions in the comments section so that I can learn a little bit more about you as well. The first question is, why does the concept of tiny tidying work well for you? Tiny tidying works well for me because my husband travels quite a bit for work, so I am the sole person in charge of our home and getting our kids to and from. Now, my middle daughter is driving, which helps a lot, but I also have a few part-time jobs and volunteer things that I do. So tiny tidying is just kind of a way for me to do a quick whip up occasionally and just helps me feel like I'm keeping up with the things in my household. How did you find out about the Tiny Tidy playlist? Last year, I believe it was in March or April. I'm going to have to look back because I'm also going to celebrate my 1 year in my Tiny Tidy video. But back then, I had a comment on one of my videos from Sunday Dawn, and she had said, I just came across your video. It popped up in my feed. Our vibe is so similar. I really think that you would be a great addition to the Tiny Tidy playlist. Here's the playlist, here's what we're doing, check it out, and check out the other ladies that are participating. And so, like any good YouTuber, I stalked her channel and I stalked the other ladies in the playlist. And needless to say, long story short, I guess, is that I became a subscriber of them and they each became a subscriber of mine. And all in all, the Tiny Tidy playlist has really helped out my small channel as I grow. What's your favorite color? My favorite color ever since I was a little girl has always been green. Any type of green. I just feel like it emotes sort of a fresh, clean type of vibe. But I really also like purple and teal and light pink. And those are the colors that I'm drawn to wear. I don't actually wear a lot of green, which is kind of interesting because I do have green eyes and it should sort of bring out my eyes, but usually when I try to wear something green, it kind of washes me out. Do you have any pets? Yes, I have my dog, Molly, who you've probably seen in several of my videos if you've been following me for any amount of time because she literally follows me around wherever I go. And I also have a cat, Lila. She is such a good, tolerant, patient cat. She is allowed indoors and outdoors, so you don't see her as often. How has your homemaking or decluttering journey evolved over the years? This is an interesting one because I can remember as a little girl even, I always had the best decorated Barbie house. I always rearranged my room as a kid, or I guess as a teen. I always felt so good about the deep clean and the declutter that got done whenever I would rearrange. Even now, as an adult and a homeowner, I still really do like rearranging furniture and just getting clean in the spaces that wouldn't normally get cleaned because the furniture is in the way. However, I have also found that as I declutter, and I would say I'm definitely on a decluttering journey, I wouldn't call myself a minimalist, but I do like to be intentional about the things that are in my home. So over the past few years, I have definitely been more intentional about what stays in our home and how we use things and how we use spaces and how things are designed, and that they're fully functioning for our family at the stage that we're in. I do feel like that changes with time as our kids grow, as we age, just need different spaces to serve you differently. And so I would call myself a perpetual declutterer at this point because there's always things coming into our homes, and we just need to be intentional and purposeful about what leaves. With all that being said, I'm just going to shamelessly plug myself for a second here. In the next couple of weeks, I will be starting a declutter challenge called the 40 Bags in 40 Days. And it's a declutter challenge that takes place in Lent, which is the 40 days leading up to Easter. So on February 22nd, you can find a video of mine that will be an introduction to the challenge and an invitation for you guys to follow along with my decluttering journey this year. And it'll be really fun because I also have some other of my friends here from YouTube that will be joining in the declutter challenge as well and sharing on their channels. I think this will be really neat because each of us is at a different point in our decluttering journeys. This is my 4th year participating in the 40 Bags in 40 Days challenge, so I'm anxious to see if I can actually meet that goal. Where is your favorite place to vacation? This is a tough one because we really like to travel. I would say my most favorite place is Disney World. We are huge Disney lovers in my house, but we really like being outdoors when it's nice and warm. So I would say any place where the weather is beautiful and mild is where we like to vacation. So wherever that may be at any time during the year is where we would like to be. There were a couple of other questions that were thrown out there. One of them was, are you an introvert or an extrovert? I am an introvert easily. Don't get me wrong, like I love my people. I love being around my people. I even am pretty good at small talk with random strangers. I just recharge by being all by myself in the quiet. And so that's the part that I identify most with as being an introvert. My home is my favorite place to be. One of the silly questions was, what 3 things would you bring on a deserted island? And so to piggyback off of my last answer about being an introvert, I would say sunscreen, sunglasses, and a towel. Bring on the deserted island. I hope that you take some time to answer the questions in my comment section. I would love to read through them. I so appreciate that you have stayed to the end and listened to my voiceover and watched me vacuum my carpets today. Give me a thumbs up before you leave if you liked this type of voiceover video. Be sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss what I have coming up, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.